How most people say they're trading profitably. Well, here's what I want to do today. I actually want to take you inside the last 2 weeks of trading that I have gone out and shared with my trading community. I share every trade fully detailed with where to get in, where to put a stop loss, and where to put a take profit. Every single detail is laid out. Students can ask questions, all that kind of stuff. So what I actually want to do is I'm out here on the balcony of my office building, and what I want to do is I want to go sit down at my computer screen. I'm going to pop up my chat room, share these trades, and you'll see I actually have a small group where we're going through the funded account challenge, or I'm taking through a bunch of students with me. So over the last 2 weeks, I had incredible trades, right? So these are the kind that make weeks and months, right? So what I want to do is peel back the curtain, show you the exact details of how all these trades went, and then let you see. And then I want to peep out the curtain even further, but you got to stay to the end, and I want to share with you how you can take part in these trades too. So let's do this. Let me get back to my computer screen. I'm going to share my screen. You're going to see inside my chat room, you're going to see the exact day I posted everything, the time, and the exact trades I did. And I even give a screenshot of what the trade's going to look like. And then I have a before and after picture. And that should be the criteria that you use every time you hear one of these gurus on it. And all right, I am back and I'm at my trusty stand-up desk. And what we're going to do is I'm going to share I'm already sharing my screen. Let's go right in here and let's look at the last couple of trades that we did that made some great money. And let's get started with this week. We had gold. All right. And let's go here. Let's see. Tuesday, 10:04 a.m. MGC. That's the micro gold contract. You'll see E for entry, S for stop, T for target. Okay. You can see this is the before picture. Let's go ahead and look at the after picture. Shabam, bing, in. And the trade went further. We killed it a little bit early. If you're in the funded trader program, you got to be out of your trades by 5 o'clock. You're trading cash account. You could just let it continue. It did keep going up after that. So it's just the nature of dealing with the rules of a prop firm evaluation. Okay. But a bunch of our students do prop firms and a couple do just the just a cash account. Very cool. New Zealand dollar right here is the entry point, and you're going to see on the next slide in 255 a contract. All of these are what are called set and forget trades, where you use the limit order for an entry, a stop market order for a stop, and then have a pre-position take profit. Okay, so to show you two trades that what did gold pay? Hold on one second. Let's go back. Let's take our time. And I want you to see everything inside the program, okay? Or inside the chat room, okay? $86 a contract. So for micro gold, let's say you had 5 contracts, you got, what is that, a $400 profit, 4 and change. New Zealand dollar, I believe that was, I think that was $255 a contract. $255 a contract. Shabam. Okay. Everything should have a before and after picture. It's also another way. If someone tells you, hey, we're making, and they don't have at least a timestamp before picture, ask further questions. Okay. Let me scroll up. That is actually, if you want to subtract this, turned into a loser on NQ. All right. Getting into some of the great stuff I did last week. Okay, so here's crude oil. There's before picture, September 15th. Date, time, check it out. Not touched. Overnight session, in, bam, out. Okay, so if you guys understand the power of what you're seeing, you could set this up in the evening. If you guys work a 9 to 5, you could set all these trades up at, let's just say you're home at 6, right? And even with funded trader, set these trades up to trigger at 6 p.m. and let them go do their thing. Entry, stop, target. There is one little tidbit I will talk to you about if you decide to do that. If you like what you see here and you'd like to learn how to trade just like this and get access to this material, what I want to do is I'm going to put a link below the video. with access to my calendar, go ahead, click the calendar. We'll have a one-on-one conversation, just the two of us. We'll jump on a Zoom. I will build you one of these trades or share one of them with you from the chat room, and you can kind of see my strategy in action. And a couple of times the last week that I've done these calls with people interested in the program, trades have triggered during the session. So this is the Dow setup. This is the micro Dow. Usually I trade the micro, but sometimes, like this week, I did take a full crude oil contract on a short yesterday. So here's the micro Dow. That is the result. And got in there. And you can see ultimately it took a little while, and then just bam, 85 a contract. It went further. Listen, guys, you could scale out, you could stay in longer. I'm more of a simpler guy. I want these trades to trigger and make money. In this particular case, I set the trade up in the evening at 6:22, and then it triggered the next day. I think why I was telling some students, it triggered why I was taking my kids to school. So if you had to watch the second one, you had to watch all your profits evaporate to eventually get down to the price you wanted. That's $85 a contract again. So that's, what is that on 5 contracts? Let's just say $400 profit. Okay. All right. Here is the MNQ. This is a really nice trade. It's a little hard to see the follow-up one, but if you guys ever want to challenge, if anyone's out there watching this video and you want to challenge anything I'm saying, go ahead and grab the price and just either go back in TradingView, or if you use whatever system you use, go to the date and time that's here. So I look at this zone I scheduled here, I laid out here, and let's see, I put this on at September 18th at 4:05 p.m. Okay, it is a 1 minute. You can find this exactly. Okay. And then the trades closed the next day, right here. A student was finding had a question. I had a misprint here, and I fixed it so that way, but I was thanking him for it. But price came in. You can see the exact lineup of the lines. Prices are right here. You can't lie about charts, right? This is a 1 minute chart of MNQ. The dates are on the bottom of the screen. The prices are on the right. So if you ever think someone's BSing you, look at their charts and see if you can find fault with it, just going into TradingView or your system yourself. But if anyone wants to head and challenge anything I'm saying, go right ahead. Let's talk. Right? Price comes in here, leaves there, right? And that's the exit point. And you'll notice it is actually went higher than the exit point. I went in here. That is not leaving money on the table. You're not going to get every dollar out of a trade. In some cases you will, some days you will. Don't put your focus there. Okay. And I think that pretty much takes us to the end of this week and last week. And we had one loser and a bunch of winners. Let me just see if this goes where this goes into. And I'm not one to talk about win rate, folks. I really care more about, let's look at this, September 12th. Does that go into last week? I don't remember. No, that would be the week prior, but it's a winner anyway. Not all trades are going to win. Okay, you have to understand that about trading. You don't need a 100% win rate. A 50-50, 60, a lot of ways to skin this cat, right? So like a lot of ways to do with either a mediocre, like a 50-50 win rate, a slightly better, a slightly smaller, and just bigger risk reward. You notice almost all these trades got 3-to-1 risk to reward. Are all trades going to do that? No. Right? And the only reason gold, if you go look at gold in the exact time frame, you'll see that trade wound up going about 4-to-1. Mitch, we had to close it off early for our students who are in a prop account evaluation. You have to be out of your trades closed by 5 p.m. So you have to take that into account in your analysis, right? It's kind of a good reason why you getting into trades in the overnight session sometimes can work out really well, because you have more time for them to work out. Anyway, I digress. Can hurt you too, but just some of the system that we put people through so they can get a prop account. I just showed you 7 trades, and 1 loser. Okay. I never talk about that very much, but like 1 loser, a bunch of good winners. What I'd like you to do is, if you like what you see here and you want to see the inside of it, just the two of us, and ask questions about it and how you can adopt this methodology and then get access to these trades, go ahead, click that calendar link below the video, and just click it, put in some simple information, pick a date and time that I'm available. We'll have a one-on-one conversation. We'll see if this is for you. And it may not be. We will part as friends. But hopefully most people who schedule a call, I like getting along with them and I like showing them inside the program and really taking this apart and showing you why this is such a huge benefit to making money as a trader. So with that, guys, I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.